Let's be honest. A lot of business gets reduced down to numbers. Price, margin, cost, speed. And sure, those things matter, but most people do not just need information. They need help making sense of it. That is especially true in freight. Because if all somebody gets is a number with no context, no guidance, and no support when the market shifts, that is not much of a partnership. That is just a quote. And a quote by itself does not help much when timing compresses, pricing changes, or project scope starts moving around. That is why Whitewater Freight believes in being more than quoting freight. We help teams pressure test budgets. We help them plan around capacity changes. We help explain the market in a way clients can actually understand. And when pricing shifts, timing tightens, or the job changes, we do not disappear behind a quote sheet. We help your team respond with clarity. Because sometimes the real value is not in the number itself. It is in helping people make sense of the number. It is helping someone explain the change upstream. It is helping them walk into a client conversation with better answers. It is helping them feel prepared instead of cornered. And that matters. Because freight problems rarely land on a spreadsheet. They land on a person. Someone has to explain the added cost. Someone has to answer the timeline question. Someone has to update the customer. Someone has to keep the project from feeling like it is coming apart at the seams. That is where a real freight partner shows up. Not just with a rate, with options, with timing trade-offs, with market awareness, with communication that actually helps. At Whitewater Freight, that support is backed up with the things that keep freight moving better in the real world. VIN-level carrier vetting, GPS tracking on every shipment, active fraud defense, project support beyond the quote, because the goal is not just to book a truck. The goal is to reduce surprises, control cost, and help your team look prepared when the market moves. That is what a good partner does. A good partner brings more than a price. They bring clarity, they bring steadiness, they bring support, and they help make the next decision easier. So this week, think about where you can be more helpful than transactional. Can you explain something more clearly? Can you make the next step easier for someone? Can you bring calm where there is confusion? Can you offer support, not just information? Because a lot of trust gets built when people realize you are not just there to do the minimum, you are there to help them carry it well. And if your shipping world needs a partner who brings more than a quote, we're here for you. Have a great week. Here's a shorter, punchier cut for a tighter revid video. More than quoting freight. It's that time again for Wednesdays with Whitewater. A quote matters, but if all somebody gets is a number with no context, no guidance, and no support when the market shifts, that is not much of a partnership. That is just a quote. At Whitewater Freight, we believe in being more than quoting freight. We help teams pressure test budgets, plan around capacity changes, and explain the market in a way clients can actually understand. When pricing shifts, timing tightens, or project scope changes, we do not disappear behind a quote sheet. We help your team respond with clarity. Because sometimes the real value is not in the number itself. It is in helping people make sense of the number. A real freight partner brings more than a price. They bring options. They bring communication. They bring steadiness. They bring support. And they help make the next decision easier. That is more than quoting freight. That is partnership.